Hey guys, it's between Physique. Fitness fans, thanks for stopping by. Today I have some chest workout footage for you guys. Doing flat barbell bench press in this first exercise. I will alternate week to week as to what my first exercise is. Incline, dumbbells, barbell. I like to change it up. This week I decided to go somewhat heavy with 225 for about a set of 8 to 10. And I did about 3 to 4 sets of this, dropping to 185 afterwards. I do want to emphasize the angle that my arms make with my body. This is a little bit of a bodybuilding, powerlifting style hybrid. Notice that the grip is a little bit more narrow than what I would expect. Once you retract the scapula and kind of tuck your elbows in a little bit, takes a lot of emphasis and strain off of your deltoids and puts it back on your chest and triceps where it's supposed to be. Working with incline dumbbell press, the weight is not too heavy. I mean, 70s is not much. I could go up to 100s, but I don't want to risk injury and, get out crappy reps. I'd rather, really focus on the contraction. Sometimes I actually stop and, really focus on that inner chest contraction. Well, grow! Almost, willing my pecs, mind muscle connection to grow. Next up, I did this machine chest press. I usually do this as my third or fourth exercise because it kind of allows you to focus on the contraction a bit more. I go for a little bit heavier stuff earlier in the workout, and then I'll kind of work in more higher 10 to 12 rep stuff later in the workout. You guys didn't see, I also did the hammer incline press, but I skipped to this. This is my first fly exercise. It's kind of like a machine. I don't even know what the name of it for. It's like butterflies or butterfly fly machine or something like that. I like this one a lot. Again, not going too crazy heavy because it is later in my workout. So now we're going for more of a pump. After this, I also incorporated dumbbell incline flies. Guys, do not underestimate fly movements. They are equally, if not even more important than chest pushing movements. I decided to throw in a bit of a posing update or physique update, seeing that I am technically 3 weeks out of the show. Guys, first of all, I want to apologize. I know the lighting isn't the best. It's not always the easiest task to find, a private, perfect lighting place in the gym after a workout. But yeah, this is it. This is front lat spread. Definitely a pose I'm, fairly happy with. Same thing for the side chest. You'll notice I'm doing bodybuilding in addition to men's physique poses, partly because I don't know if I'm doing one category or both. I'm still kind of iffy on bodybuilding, but guys, let me know. Do you think that let me know in the comments? Do you think if this physique is worthy of the bodybuilding category, or should I stick with just the men's physique? I just saw the tricep pose there. It's interesting. The triceps are the one area in my body where I, maybe that and quads where I just cannot lose body fat and get that kind of striated, feathered triceps. Places like my abs will come in very well. 5 weeks out, my shoulders at 10% body fat, and 5 or 6 weeks out will be completely striated. But the triceps, no matter what I do, I just can't get them that way. Maybe I'm just not genetically built for it. But regardless, luckily my back kind of makes up for it. Not saying I have the world's best back, but I am very happy with it from a genetic standpoint. I do feel that it is, definitely a step up from my, the front physique. And so that's it, guys. I'm weighing about 174, 175 pounds here. So let me know what you think. Is this physique, worthy of the bodybuilding category as well? Or should I concentrate my efforts and, solely stick with the men's physique category? What up, YouTube? It is Tuesday, September the 15th, and I'm 25 days out. That's just about 3.5 weeks. So this is where the physique is looking right now. Pretty good. I mean, yeah, I stayed pretty lean after the competition. I didn't gain too much weight. Probably got up to as high as 180, and I was after sushi and a cheat meal and all that shit. And then I cut kind of back down. I was 177.6 yesterday. So yeah, let's see. Let's go for a weigh-in. What the fuck? Okay, so that's weird. Yeah, I guess I dropped 3 pounds in one day. I officially started my diet, not yesterday, but kind of the night before. I started cleaning it up a bit. And then yesterday I really started cleaning it up a lot. And my carbs were under 200 grams for the first time in weeks probably. So I think my body's kind of overreacting to that. That's kind of standard. It's kind of expected. What happens is the second you do and give your body that initial low carbohydrate shock, you're gonna immediately deplete glucose, deplete glycogen, and your body's just gonna like lose water weight, and you might, you know, deflate a little bit. That's why I wasn't ever worried about losing like the first 3 or 4 pounds. It's the next 3 or 4 pounds, which might be a bit of a challenge. Oh, by the way, guys, check it out. They fixed that hole. Yeah, that's right. The True Physique is moving up in the world from an infrastructure standpoint. Okay guys, I'm gonna go through a typical breakfast I'm doing these days. I'm probably gonna be doing more or less the same breakfast every day for the next 25 days. High protein, moderate fat. There's some carbs in here, not nearly enough probably. Part of the reason is because I'm not as hungry in the morning. It's almost like my body hasn't woken up. Usually I don't get hungry until about midday, like 11, 12. So I figure, you know, take advantage of this no hunger, no pain period. And I give myself enough carbs to actually function, because I do have to go to work. I do have to start my day. I do have to eat breakfast, which is break fast, you know, like finally you're eating something after 7, 8 hours of starvation while you're sleeping. So carbs are probably most important at this meal throughout the day, so I don't recommend this to everyone. You know, you guys probably need some good healthy oatmeal, cereal, whatever, breakfast, morning carbs. Me being about 25 days out, I'm trying to take advantage of every possible advantage I have. One of these being it. Making a shake, first thing, I take my creatine. I don't care when you take it. Some people try to take it post pre-workout, doesn't matter. As long as you get your 5 grams a day, it's all good. In addition, I'm taking glutamine. Now I know some of you guys may be thinking like, why am I taking that, considering I was bad-mouthing it in my supplement video not too long ago, and you're right. But I did, if you remember the video, mentioned that I did actually get my hands on some because I wanted to try it out. I got this really cheap at Walmart for like 10, 12 bucks or something. So I got my hand on some because I actually want to try it out, you know. You can look at articles all day, but eventually you do have to get in there and you know, get your own opinion. And I don't notice any significant changes in my recovery time. Unfortunately, that I am taking it in this weird wishy-washy period, you know, between 2 contests and 2 contest preps, and now into another contest prep. My recovery periods are probably all over the place anyway, considering I'm getting like excess carbs, not enough carbs, you know, high protein, low protein. My diet's been like this. Now I'm starting to even it out. But yeah, I think I'd be able to look at it better and in a more isolated manner if I were to take this sometime during the off season. So once I actually start eating well and training hardcore again, I'll get back to you. Another thing, guys, that I do is I get really picky and really technical when I am in contest prep mode, and I advise you guys to do the same. One of those things is I actually don't scoop my protein and just say like that's 1 scoop, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like companies are all different all over the place. Sometimes if you actually take a scoop and you were to, you know, put in your shake and you were to measure that, even though it says that 1 heaped off scoop is like 32 grams, you might only be getting like 28 or 27, because, you know, companies might cheap out a little bit and they might make you want to think that you're getting a lot when you're really not. In reality, for you to get the actual designated scoop, you'd have to have like this massive like heaping pile. You have to like keep it together with your hands as you like carefully bring it over to your protein shake and dump it in. So I actually weigh my scoops. Okay guys, breakfast is done. What we are having this morning, we got a glass of water, then we got a sandwich, we got some cheese, there is some roast beef, chicken breast, and one of those thin slices of bread. These are like the Dempster's Thins or something. The bread is regular, but because it's cut so, like, you know, thinly, you don't notice it, but that whole piece of bread is only 45 calories. Then we got some yogurt. I'm using this stuff. It's called Source Yoplait 0% or something. The macros are ridiculous. 35 calories per 100 grams. And that is about 150 grams of yogurt, which is a pretty good sized meal. So the whole thing's like, this whole yogurt's like 50 calories. Okay, yeah, 35 calories, 5 grams of carbs, 4 grams of protein. So it's almost a 1-to-1 carb to protein ratio, which is very nice. 0 grams of fat. This thing is awesome. There have been times when I've just sat down, eaten the whole box, and that was like, oh no, 200 calories, what a big deal. And then I got my protein shake. This is protein and lean fit whey. I don't know why they call it a whey protein blend. Pretty damn good. For one 32 gram scoop, we got 120 calories, 2 grams of fat, 2 grams of carbs, 25 grams of protein. So even though they may call it a protein blend, kind of seems like an isolate, which is pretty good for the price. So yeah, go Costco. I like to get my protein out of the way early in the morning because usually protein isn't, you know, that much of a fun food. I don't think anybody craves protein during their contest prep. You want carbs, and occasionally you want, like, you know, fatty food. Nobody's like, oh man, I could really go for a chicken breast. No, that doesn't happen. And then later in the day, when the cravings really start to kick in, it won't be as bad because I have a lot of carbs and fat left over. Okay guys, for lunch, I pack my lunch every day, either the morning of or the night before, and it's pretty much the exact same thing every day while I'm in contest prep. We've got beans, broccoli, and chicken breast, and that's everything. We've got this kind of like complement beans. It's kind of weird. People say, why don't you just get like rice or chicken breast? And I could, but I don't want to. I like this stuff. It's cheap, it tastes good, and it's high in protein, high in fiber, healthy carbohydrate source, and so I'll probably take like go through like 1 can in 2 days. Then I've got frozen broccoli, and I've got chicken breast. Pretty much out, but so I probably have to cook some more later. What I do is every week, probably around the start of the week, so Sunday or Monday, I will get like a lot of chicken breast and probably like 2 packs, which is at least 3 to 4 pounds, and I will cook it all at the same time. And I'll take it, store it in one of those Tupperwares, and then whenever I need chicken breast or protein throughout the week, namely for lunch or occasionally for other meals, I will just take out, you know, like a breast and a half or something, cut it up, dump it in my Tupperware, and I'm good to go. I have quick access to chicken breast whenever I need, whenever I want. It's not the best because it has been sitting in your fridge for potentially up to like 4 or 5 days. So it's fine health-wise, it's not gonna go bad or anything, but it tastes like shit. Hey guys, going down to work right now, walking down University and King area, for those of you that know Toronto. And yeah, this is it. Some of you have asked what I do, and I am a risk analyst for a small financial firm here in the downtown Toronto financial district. What that means is we deal with, it's hard to explain, I deal with a big portfolio, and I am in charge of making sure that that portfolio does not go to shit. I'm kind of like, I guess you could say, the defensive line. So if you ever see like Toronto, you know, consumer debt finance company goes up in flames, that's my fault. All right, guys, so now I'm at lunch at work, and I'm enjoying that concoction of food that I showed you guys earlier. Doesn't look that great, but trust me, when you're this hungry and this low carb, everything is incredible. Enjoying some YouTube, actually, watching the Christian Guzman and Steve Cook collab, so that's pretty cool. And one of the best parts of my day is I get to have a snack.